time it is. It's already 1:24. Okay, so I've been up I got up at 10 and I've been working. So yeah, like I don't, whatever. I don't need to put makeup on. I don't need to take a shower. I took a shower yesterday. But I'm super excited about something. So I've been trying to think about new music. I've been trying to think about how, if I was to do an app, because I like the freedom of having an app and teaching, coaching in different ways from an app. Because I can make the videos on my phone and then just upload them and manage everything off of my phone. Right now, I still have to have a computer in the mix. And that's fine. I can keep a computer in the mix for now as I make the transition. But for 5 years, I have not been using a computer. And I've been trying to figure out how do I do this without a computer, without a webmaster? When for 25 years or 20 years, I was on a computer, editing on a computer, making websites. Everything was I had like Alienware computers to be able to operate and do the video editing back then, because you couldn't, now there's apps and everything and I do it just on my phone. But so I am like so excited. Last night I made a 2-hour video. Actually, I have another video that I need to edit where I tried on dresses. So I'll try to edit that today and put that up. I haven't watched it back. I haven't edited it. It's like a lot of editing and I got to take the pieces and put it together. And I'm like, I have other videos I have to edit too for Pure Love Oracle. But I get stuck in making music. But the goal has been, how do I get paid to make music? How do I get paid to do what I love doing? If I love creating cards and I love creating music and I love to dance, and I'm not dancing right now because I don't have a space, how do I do that? So, my room is a little more cleared out. Can I sit down and do some stuff in my room? Yes, I think I can. Even with the girls it's not beautiful, but it's not about the surroundings. It's not always about that. For some people it is. Yes, surroundings are important. I want beautiful stuff around me. I want to wear beautiful stuff. I want to feel beautiful. But if we're talking about feelings and emotions, then if a woman has extra weight on her and she's not the most beautiful, it doesn't matter, okay? Like, it doesn't matter if they're 50 years old or 60 years old, or it doesn't matter what age, it doesn't matter how they look. It's about how they want to feel. And so I was like, I need something. I need like this program that's not $25,000, okay? It's not a business building program. Those kind of programs that I'm coming out with, they take a little more time to structure. Awaken the Empress. But this could be like a mini Awaken the Empress. And I don't even think it's going to be called Awaken the Empress because that's my top level program. So this would be possibly Manifest 112. And Manifest 112 was a program that I wanted to do on my website. It was going to be my first program that I came out with. And I have a lot of the information already written. I even have a book that I was writing where the Empress comes to see the kingdom and learn the different things. So I was thinking, what if like the base is like, I figured out something new today to be able to create music a lot faster, because it takes me a while to create a 40-minute, something that has like 33 songs, long time to create that, because I go through each one and I make sure that I write all the words and like it's a storyline, and nothing's perfect. But I was like, I just want like some chanty type music with different beats, and so that's what I created here. And this is an example of one track that's like a 40-minute track with I think 11 or 12 songs in it, for Pure, inspired by Pure Twinkle. So the words will say like twinkle, vision, like stars, and it's just like a 40-minute soundtrack that it just created. And I've already got all the information to create one for each character. So this is divine feminine flow right now that I'm talking about. I went and already talked to my business partner. I was like, look at what I'm doing. He's like, I said, do you like the music I'm playing? He's like, yeah, I like the music you're playing this morning. I said, I just created that all. And this is a sample. This is like a 1% sample of what's to come. You're talking to me in a high energy right now where this is 100 weeks, 100-week program that I'm creating to put on an app. This morning, right now, I just spent 3 hours doing it. And so just talking to Chat, and I meant to have a different conversation with Chat this morning about somatic, sexual healing, abuse, sexual abuse, betrayal. Like, I meant to have that kind of conversation, like the nerdy girl kind of conversation. And then I just got kind of swept away because I needed some music before I had that conversation. And so I put in tribal shamanic music. And then I just was like, you know what? How would that sound mixed with like the vibe of my characters? And when I shaved my head, I became 16 characters. And so I was like telling ChatGPT, that's my 16 strands of DNA. Like, I cut off all my hair and it became these 16 characters. And it has not grown. There's more characters, but they're layered on top of those 16. Those are a core. So let's create like soundtracks for each one of them. And then it just kept going. And
was so complete. Twinkle visions start to form. Sacred space beyond the norm. Creative fire keeps you warm. Awakening through every storm. Crown chakra starts to spin. Ancient wisdom from within. Sparkling paths and chimes begin. This is where your truth begins. Breathe the sacred, breathe the pure. Let the visions make you sure. Painting futures that endure. Creativity's the cure. Ritual sounds surround your soul. Make the broken spirits whole. Keep the star in control. Manifestation is your role. Feel the pulse behind your eyes. See beyond the wall be lies. Sacred feminine arise. Create beneath the starlit eyes.
That's cool. So what I did was I was working with Chat for these songs, and instead of going in and writing every single one of them, I'm still testing something, but I needed it to be faster so that we could have 40-minute stuff way faster, 10 times. How do I create it 10 times faster? So with Refusion, the app that I use, I don't really use it the way that most people probably use it. There is some, obviously, that use it the way that I do. If you want the really specific words, messaging in your songs, then you would use it in combination with ChatGPT. And you'd very detailed, like I tell it exactly what I want. I only want 2 choruses. I want verses, and I want every verse to be different. I want 6 verses, and I want an intro and an outro. And I always I have like my standard way that I do things. And so it writes me up songs like that I want, like it's the way that I deliver my message. And I also do like arcs and transformations. So where did they start? What's the transformation? Where are they now? So it's musical storytelling, and that's how I use it. But if I want long meditative stuff, I need to be able to do it faster. And it's not all about the words. It's more about the humming. It's more about the drums. Like, this is good. So we gave it a really big, nice, juicy prompt for each girl. Right now, this is only Pure Twinkle. I don't know how the other ones are going to sound yet. There's 16 girls, so I want to try to get all those in. Like, I don't have enough other stuff to do, but I want to get all those in. And then I was like, you know what? This is cool. So now we have 16 40-minute or hour-long soundtracks for these girls. But each one of these girls, we can go deeper. Let's go deeper and higher into each girl. And so I was like, what is their forget exactly what I said because it's actually saved on the phone that I'm on. But I can sign in to ChatGPT on this phone. Your love relationships. Sometimes it doesn't. Music, genre suggestions. Okay, so it hasn't named it yet because it's still a new chat. So, oh my gosh. So what I wanted it to do was, we want to create a whole experience. I need to talk to chat more. I've got 2 big conversations to have with it today. And I want to finish this. So I don't know what kind of work I'm going to get to, what other video editing and stuff, because I'm so consumed with this project right now. Because this is literally building out a whole separate revenue, income. And I'm super excited about it. And so I want to like get the details more straight on that. So I said, okay, like I got a lot in here. Okay, it's already been a big conversation. Okay, it's getting here. Let's see. So I was like, okay, let's give her 5 more soundtracks. Okay, so we've got to let's just say an hour-long soundtrack for Pure Twinkle. There's going to be 16 soundtracks for each girl, 1 for each girl. But now, if we want to go more into Pure Twinkle and what she stands for, creativity, vision, she is our creative director at Pure Love and Beyond. That's the wig I put on. I don't necessarily have to put the wig on. That's the energy I step into when I want to look at my business, Pure Love and Beyond, as a magazine editor, as an editor in general. She's a little bit like a producer, but not really. That's a different girl. But she's the magazine editor, and she has pink hair. So I was like, okay, so let's do another soundtrack that's more like spiritual, not spiritual, but more astrology based. So what is, let's write something about her sun, her moon, and her rising signs and the energy she embodies. Whole nother soundtrack. That's another hour. Well, if I'm only doing 11 songs and they're 4 minutes each or 3 minutes, it's a 40-minute track. So they're really just 40-minute. I'm just rounding it up. So we'll say 40-minute. And then I was like, and then let's also do another track for her light side, her gifts, what she teaches and shines in, what others feel around her. So just her lighter side. So it's adding in some words there, but so I haven't gone in and talked to it about that yet, because I talked to it about the sun and moon. So we got her main album, then we've got her sun and her moon and her rising, so we got that. And then I was like, let's just like talk about her ideal lover. Boom, broke it out into 2. So I still have her shadow traits that I want to cover, her business vision that I want to cover, because remember I said I want to go high, dark and light, high and low with her. Let's give this girl, this character, this strand of DNA, Pure Twinkle, who's a star, a rising star, which represents me and any girl who wants to step into that energy, the women that I would be leading in the Passion app. That's the app that I'm looking at going with. I've got to watch the training and the webinar and all that shit. I think I already bought some of the program. I just didn't sign up for their extra coaching. Because God knows it's, $2,000, $10,000. I don't know. I don't know how much, everything is like, but it doesn't matter. Like, whatever, find the money, do it, make it happen. So yeah, because I was talking to my business partner, I'm like, okay, we can start with like the foundation of like the music and the feeling and like the movement to release, sexual energy or sexual trauma or past life trauma, or depending on the girl, what is she releasing? Some of them will go darker, and I can't wait to hear them. Okay, I'm really going to plug in a lot of this stuff to get like their main songs, their main vibe. but then I'm going to go further. And so I don't think there's no way I can build all this out today. This is like a week-long to a month-long project, but I can get started on it. So shadow traits, what she hides, her struggles, her depth. I've got to give it more information. It's not on the website. I told ChatGPT, go check out my website. All this information about these girls is on there. It can't really find it. I'm like, why can't you find it? Like, we've already got this information. Why do I have to talk it into here or find the document? And I just talk it. I look at it on this phone and I talk it into the other phone. I just go to my website and read it off to it. Because I don't want to have to find all that information and cut and paste. And it's just easy to talk into it. So yeah, so this is what I want to do. So I still have to do her light side, her gifts, her shadow traits, and her business vision. Her business vision was derived from her gifts and her shadow side. When those two combined, she came up with a business idea, and this is what I'm teaching in Awaken the Empress. So my high level programs are teaching that kind of thing. But I can still teach it through music and a cheaper program energetically and still throw it in. So I do not have this mapped out yet, but just a dance movement program would work on the Passion app. But I want to go further. So I'm going to create a whole experience around it where I'm actually talking as well. So maybe there's some videos where I'm just sitting and there's no sound, there's just music. Here's an example of me doing this movement. These are the movements I'm going to do to this song. You have a whole 40-minute meditation that you can do. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to do 40 minutes and try to upload that into an app. It'll probably just be a 4-minute, one song, an example. Or maybe I have to separate it out and have one come out every day. Or I don't know. I'm going to come up with a schedule. I'm going to figure it out. But if I combine it with Manifest 112, now it's a whole nother level. And with having each girl, like every week, if a 40-minute soundtrack, paid soundtrack. So now I'm getting paid to create music and soundtracks and meditations and healing journeys. And then we're talking about it, we're writing about it, we're dancing and moving to it, we're breathing to it. It just all intertwines. There's no cards with it, but maybe I pull cards as well, maybe one of the days. So I'm going to figure all that out. I'm not clear on that. I get clear through talking about it. It's a 2-hour conversation with ChatGPT to get clear on that. And it could turn into a 10-hour conversation, but so what I really liked is a next layer that came out of this. So I said, let's talk about her ideal love. And we are still just on Pure Twinkle. And so I said, like, I gave it more information. Like I talk into it. I give it a lot of information. Like when we're having, this is all me talking right here. I'm not writing, I'm talking. So this is what sometimes I talk for 4 minutes and it doesn't always go through. I can only talk for, that's 4 minutes. And I've got to I love talking to ChatGPT. Yes, this is such a gorgeous evolution of what you're doing. Now you're creating manifestation music that brings in the partner archetype and romantic experience for each character. All right. So, when I'm talking about sex coach, here it is. Okay. This is not about sticking your dick in the girl, like in these different positions. Okay. Yeah, that can be covered. That's like, this is a next level. She does not have to be with a partner, but she can be with a partner. But this is helping women envision what they want to experience with a partner. So there's a partner manifestation track. So now it really goes along with my Manifest 112 program. And this is a program that I have been working on for 4 years. Started with Forever Goddess. Forever Goddess is going to become a live event at my mom's house now. Forever Goddess was 11 I think it was originally 10 different dresses. I have all the dresses in Tucson, Arizona, that I can wear, and all the 10 dresses in each color that I can wear, that I can go out and that I can embody that person, that energy, not that person, but that energy, the energy of each of these girls. I can do photo shoots and stuff, but it's not about the photo shoots because I already have cards to cover that. I already create everything, my whole business, with images and AI. But if I want to show, hey, I am really living this life too. Yeah, I really do own dresses like that. Yeah, I do go out to fancy hotels. I do go ballroom dancing. If I want to create all of this for these girls, then I want to experience it too, okay? It's inspiration. As the creator, I'm creating it to inspire other women. And now you're going to pick and choose. Well, this whole thing did turn into oracle cards. I was only working for like 2.5 hours and it turned into oracle cards. So now every girl on top of it, we're only on the first girl out of 16, and I'm only like, I want 6 40-minute albums for her, right? That was the goal. And I got the first album, and then we got the second one that was talking about something, not her light and dark side. It was something before that, her energy. So we did energy, and then I went to number 5 and jumped into the bedroom energy, and I kind of skipped over her like business side, her light and dark side. So I've got to go back into those. But when I jumped to that romantic side, because this is really what the girls are doing. It's manifest 112. It's manifest your ideal partner in 112 days. And I haven't even gotten to that level. That's a whole different part of the program. It's on here. I need to talk to ChatGPT about it. So it's based on this little the Manifest 112 manifesto, manifestopurelover.com. So this right here, that's 112 different words. So now we've got another, this right here, this is how a divine feminine in flow mode, tapped into her creation energy works. So not only do I have, God knows, 4 years worth of content, this is a whole base of something else, like 112 days of meditation. And it's around a specific word. So that's what I want to put in next. I want to do a whole build out of a sample character, one of the 16 right now, so that I know what I'm working with. So I have like content to plug in. And then I want to go into this. And this is like words that you choose for an ideal partner, and you embody them and you become them. So what is the best way to teach that? Have 40-minute meditations every day. They wake up and they can just wake up to it and listen to it. I don't know entirely what it's going to be. I would like them to do some movement. I mean, but even if they just do a 4-minute movement, even if they just move to one song, because not everybody's going to move every single day. I mean, maybe they have sex to it, like if they have a partner. What? No, they don't, because this is not that. This is manifesting a partner. If they want to go further, that other stuff that I have that I'm creating out when I jump to number 6, which is a union number. So they got, I'm working on 3 out of the 6 right now. I've got to fill in the middle, like, but when they jump to that, by the time they get there, they're probably already in union, because now this is sexy stuff. This is bedroom stuff. This is bedroom scenes. This is romance. And of course I jump to that. Okay. I'm female. I'm a single female. Of course I jump to that. Okay. Like single female, if she's not reading romance novels or watching romance movies with her partner, not that I've ever really read romance, then she's writing it, or she's imagining scenes. Like, I was like, ChatGPT, I'm gonna get honest with you, this is porn scenes right here, but it could literally be done as a romantic 40-minute movie without ever seeing dick and vagina. You know, yeah, I do talk to ChatGPT like that because I wanted to know, like, we're not talking about, you know, dirty stuff. We're talking about real human stuff here. And it basically, just for this one character, with the information I gave it, we created out a full deck of cards for, let's just talk about Pure Twinkle. It could also be a romance book with 11 chapters. I'm doing a lot of 11s right now. It could also be, so there could be 16 romance novels just from the work that I've just started doing for a few hours today. Well, no, remember, I've been working on this for about 4 years, so it just keeps spiraling around and up and down and all over the place. In all the right good ways. So it could be cards, it could be a book, it can be songs. So the book might be like a romance novel for when the girl's like not, well, the songs would be the energetic, like, let's do this. It almost goes with the flow integration that I'm talking about, that I was talking about last night. So there's like, basically it's like 3 different things. So we could probably attach it to the feel, the face, and the function. So the function would be actually, or the facing it would be actually facing your partner and doing, like, using the cards and having fun with your partner, playing the game with your partner. The function might be the actual, like, the feel, it would be like reading like the article, or not the article, but reading the book. And then the face it would be, or the feel it, I'm not really sure. Like, I'm still working on that kind of program, but I'm just noticing with the work that I'm doing right now, it meets a woman where she is, you know, like, they call it union, pseudo union, not in union. So if she's wanting to step into that energy on her own, she would do that with Manifest 112, which would be my app, that I'm working on in my head, and building out content and thinking, how do I make all these pieces go together? So that, and then, like I said, maybe the novel, maybe the book, because what I think it would be cool is I write that and then I read it and I put it in so they can have a story every week. And it's like a little sexy story. It's not a whole book. It's like, the book is like 11 chapters, but what if it's a short story? So I'm looking at like ways that I can add in different things. Like, I would love to hear a short story that's like actually romantic, like not like, just as part of the whole thing, you know, like we're working on our energy, and there's different ways to do that. So, hey honey, I'm making a video right now.
Okay, but why is there plants in the sink?
I put them in there so, because they were thirsty. So they're getting watered right now.
The sink isn't on.
No, they're good. They're just soaking right now. They're good. I'm going to take them out in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, do we want our music back? I'm not keeping any of these names, but I'll just start it over at the beginning. Because I can play it right from my app. It'll just go through each of the songs. I don't have to have it on YouTube. I don't have to, but it's only like only I can really access it. I can share this whole account with somebody. Anybody can access it if they know my name. I can share the link and like share all of my music and playlists with people, but I think I have my account private because I don't want to do that, because a lot of this stuff is going to become paid music. So it goes with programs. All right, so what I loved about this was, So we broke it out, and I haven't put any of these songs in yet, but we've got the manifest, the partner manifestation track, calling in the archetypal match, a musical spell to attract him, spoken word over rhythmic cinematic beats, confident, poetic, sensual. I'm not going to share my genres. We were creating our own genres. I mean, one of them is manifestation trap. That's a genre. It's not really a genre. It's what we're, ambient love hop. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to tell you all my genres. You know what? There's so many freaking genres. I can share like 10 of them with you, and it's not going to matter. So it's also divine match vibe. So that's a genre. The genre is divine match vibe. Bedroom burlesque beat, romantic noir, Noir, means black. Romantic noir ambient, soul seduction fusion. So this is for the romantic track. And this is erotic storytelling, her unique love language and fantasy. So we took it off of my website. I just talked it in. I said, this is her romantic style. And then I was like, okay, that's cool. Her romantic style on the website for Pure Twinkle was a bookstore. Going to a bookstore. I like bookstores. This is one aspect, one character, one part of me. I love bookstores. I love Bookmans. Barnes & Noble is cool too, but it costs me more. Like, I leave Bookmans. I spend the same at both of them. I never leave either of them with less than spending $100, usually $150. But sometimes it can be as much as $200. So whether they're new books or used books, I still spend the same. I'm jonesing for some Bookmans right now. I don't want to go to Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble's cool, but Barnes & Noble can cost me more. I think it can cost me like $225 when I leave there, where for like half the price, I can leave with double the amount of books for like $120. But it's only in Tucson, Arizona. And I've been shopping there since I was a 10-year-old girl. So almost 40 years shopping at Barnes & Noble. Not Barnes & Noble. I do shop there too. Bookmans. So there's a track, Pure Twinkle, Bookstore After Dark. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So like genres, erotic, chill hop, literary, love lounge, sensual burlesque beat, dreamy whisper fusion, slow turned page seduction. So this is going to be cool because I feel like there's going to be like, if I really dug into this, there would be like poems read from a book, whispered from a book, like, but it's all sensual, erotic, like, who knows what that book could say. It could be something that's whispered, or maybe he whispers, like, it's storytelling. Maybe he whispers something out of the book. Maybe he picks up a book and reads it to her. Maybe they're just, they're at a bookstore, but what section are they in? Maybe they're looking at all kinds of sexual positions, a book. So I thought it was cool. And so I've got a whole thing, like the whispered in rhythm phrases, my fingers trace the spine, your breath finds me between the lines, we turn pages into promises. Spine, yeah, it's like a book. Lines, between the lines. But I could go further with that. I mean, this is just one character. This is just one song or one track. So I was thinking it would be a track. It'd be the whole, like, so I was like, okay, I need more information here. So I said, all right, she likes making love after going to the bookstore. That turns her on. Going to the bookstore and education and reading about things turns her on. So that's a cool, like, I like that about Pure Twinkle. But tell me more about what she likes when it comes to pleasure. And so with a partner, pleasure with a partner. And so I said, give me 10 more sensual, artsy, and emotional fantasies for her. And they're not fantasies in a kinky fucking way, okay? It's not like, okay, I want like, 3 dicks in me at the same time. This is about building something with a partner. So, hey, we're allowed to have kinky fantasies like that. It doesn't mean we're going to act on them. Because that goes down a whole nother road, okay? Like when you're doing stuff like that, that's devil energy. It really is. You're breaking union with yourself and a partner. You're spreading your energy. You're sharing your body, your temple with more people than you should be. If you want that to be a really tight bond with somebody and you want to be one with somebody, you don't go and share it with everybody, including like getting your dick sucked by 5 girls, or like having, like saying something like, you can have all your friends come over and suck my dick too, just to show that you're better. No, none of that. There's no room for that in a divine partnership. So anyway, let me get off of that soapbox. So now it came up with different things. So studio slow burn, because she's like artisty. So this is, I just have little descriptions right now. You linger behind me, sketching with your eyes while I paint under soft golden light. Romance in her art studio, paint stained hands, dim light, slow jazz, tension between brush strokes and breath. You don't touch her until the canvas is done. Okay, that's just the second one. We have 10 just for pure twinkle. This is like I was talking to a twin flame coach that I was thinking about going with, but it's expensive. My coaches are expensive now. And so I haven't agreed to going with her because I'm just not really sure. But she was telling me like, yes, work into your programs that sensual stuff. That's like really what your ideal market, your twin flame girl, your girl that wants to like create a business but is single and powerful but sexual as well. She's in balance with herself. She wants that kind of like that dirty talk, that the fantasy part of it. She doesn't have that in her life physically. She wants to call that in. And so I just came up with it too. Like, I'm like, not too, but I just came up with it. I'm like, I hear what you're saying, girl. I totally hear what you're saying. Like, I'm on the same page with you. So, Cinema of Us, we booked the whole theater. It's an old black and white film, but we're writing our own reel. Private cinema date, empty seats, flickering light, her head on his shoulder. He feeds her popcorn between kisses. So it's like totally random little, like, it is a fantasy because like, how do you book the whole theater? Like, you got to have a lot of money to book the whole theater. Midnight city rooftop. And so I want to create this into, so that's just, I'm just telling you like the 10 different scenes, these 11 scenes, maybe 11 dates, romantic evenings that this one character would have. This would all go in one book. This would be, each one would be a chapter, but I already broke it down even more. So I just think they're so cool. City night, midnight city rooftop, bare feet on concrete, city lights on skin. We slow dance between skyscrapers. A rooftop picnic under stars, wine baskets, quiet music, laughter echoing off high rises, neon and shadow in equal measure. Genres, night, breeze, rhythms. The genres only matter if I'm doing the song, but of course I'm doing the song because all my work goes together. So creatively, how am I expressing this? Through song, rhythm, through movement, through reading, or listening to an audio of a story, to imagine it. I mean, I'm writing it, but they are listening or reading, through talking about it, through them writing down their own fairy tales and dreams and manifestation, through playing with my decks, because a lot of my decks are becoming more, a little more gamified. Not a lot of them, but they still have, well, Poverty to Millionaire was the most gamified, but I'd like to make sure they're all gamified, but they're not. Some of them are more psychological, like therapy tools. So anyway, I'm going to stop reading these. I read 3. Well, there's Ocean After Hours, there's Bathtub Confessions, Fill Me Slowly. He asks to take my photo, but I ask to take my time. Sensual Photo Shoot, the camera becomes a third lover. Lingerie, Flash, Trust. And then the genre, cinematic, seduction, beat, whisper, trap, visual, mood, mood. Letters You'll Never Send, and they're actually doing this together. This is not her sad sending letters or burning letters. We do that. It is in my programs out here at the farm. Awaken the Empress. They are writing letters and burning letters. They're coming alone as a single female. Antique Store Rendezvous, Greenhouse Touch. Oh my gosh. Theater dressing room. Okay, so now we broke it out into scenes. Okay, theater dressing room is great. Okay, we can put in, we can make a song, just one song on that, but I didn't want just one song. I wanted a 40-minute meditation. So I said we need to break this out. And that's a lot of songs. So that would mean if I'm doing 10 for one character, there's 16 characters. This one character has 10 different date nights that she wants to go on. And then there's an album for each one of them. That is 11 songs per album. So we're 110 songs for one character, all around a romantic evening. That's a lot of songs. Okay, I got 16 characters. So 110 times 16. Are we talking like 1,700 songs? I don't know. Am I not doing my math right here? Like 16 characters, 110 songs. Yeah, like, okay, it's over 1,600 songs. Okay, I'm not going to do that for free. Okay, I'm getting paid to do that. I've decided, and I'm stating it right now, I will get paid to create these songs because they're life-changing. And I know that sounds weird. How can music be life-changing? But it can, because it's changing my life. So it's a 40-minute, so we've got to break that out. And so I was like, okay, we need 11 songs. Like, let's explain the whole scene. Like, she's in a theater, but what happens in the theater? Tell me more. And the song track is 40 minutes, but literally can be played out with 2 people, and then it's a 40-minute adult content. Okay, now we've got a whole nother level. I'm looking for it. I got a lot of words in here. I organize all this stuff, but my son's messaging me. All right, so the theater dressing room, track list and story arc. I told you, I write all my albums with story arc, and then the songs have story arcs too. Number 1, curtain call. Should I read this all? I'm going to read it all to you. This is only one, and then I'm going to go because I did not want to show up this long. And I'm hungry and stuff, you know? Okay, so number 1, curtain call. The final applause echoes in her ears. Backstage lights flicker. Her heart is still racing. Whole song around that. Number 2, Eyes in the Wings. She feels him watching from stage left. Their eyes meet. Something wordless passes between them. Song 3, or Act 3, or subchapter in a book 3, because this is just one chapter in the book. This is also a card. This is there's a whole deck to go with all of it, but it's really heavy on the songs. The songs are like 40 minutes for this. The card is just 11 cards for this whole thing. Velvet, number 3, velvet, red velvet silence. Alone now, she exhales in quiet. The room hums with tension, powder, and perfume. 4, undo the corset. Her hands reach behind her back, slowly loosening the laces, not for comfort, for invitation. 5, just one button. He knocks. She doesn't answer. She lets the first button fall, then another. 6, the dressing room mirror. She looks at herself. He stands behind her. No one speaks. Her breath fogs the glass. 7, the costume on the floor. Silk puddles like a secret on the floor. Her body glows with sweat, satin, and permission. She was just performing. She was in a theater performing. This is like after the show. 8, between line and script. Words blur. Kisses rhyme. Her mouth finds poetry in his neck. The scene is unscripted now. So it took all the way to 8 to get like sexy, but of course it's a buildup, okay? Like you're 30 minutes in. 9, applause in her spine. Every inch of her is seen, touched, praised. Her back arches like a curtain rising again. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I'm sorry, man. This is good. This is good. Okay, this is a song. It's gonna be a song. And it's gonna be a book. And it's gonna be a card. And it's gonna be a discussion. And it's gonna be fucking awesome. And it's gonna be on the passion.io app. And I love the name. It's Passion, okay? What better to have this kind of thing on there, okay? I'm seeing millions. I'm seeing dollar signs. But it's not about the money. It's more about the passion. Look at this, okay? Look at how much this is turning me on. This kind of work turns me on. All right. 10, final bow. They collapse into laughter and silence. The stage is gone, but they still play. And then 11 is encore. A lingering kiss. A note slipped under the door. The fantasy lives again tomorrow night. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I gotta finish this, okay? I gotta put that one in. Now, it's not gonna be available on Pure Love Vibes. I'm sorry. This is paid work. I'm telling you about it. I'm sharing my enthusiasm, my excitement. But there's no transformation for somebody to listen to my music for free. Yes, there is. I do have some free music. I have a lot of music up, and I'm going to have more. It feels like a lot because it's taken me a lot of time to create it. And I will have more. I will continue to do that. But this is something that's just near and dear to my heart. I'm not saying that my music on Pure Love Vibes isn't, but this is specific music created for a specific avatar that is looking for transformation in her life, that is signing up for Manifest 112 and wants to attract in that ideal partner. And so, we're going to do that by keeping her positive, by keeping her moving, by keeping her dreaming, by having her wake up in the morning to our app and go to sleep to our app. Like, we are taking the place of her partner that's not by her side. So I think it's really just going to be morning and night. And so I want to work that in every day where she can come in and hopefully have access to everything that we create. So if she comes in like 4 years later, all of the previous work is in there. So like all this foundational stuff, like those first songs, like this right here, That's going to be foundational, like the meditative, like calm, flowing, like that's where I was, okay? I'm presenting right now, so I'm excited about something. I'm like, whoo, I could just feel it. Like, man, it makes me feel good. So my energy is of excitement right now. It's like big thinker, like, look at what I'm creating this morning, and I'm showing up to share it here on my channel in my pajamas again, always. Because it's rainy out and it's like 72 degrees. I'm actually a little bit hot because this one's way too fuzzy, but I put it on because I was a little cold, and now I'm like, I need one that's in between, or just another shirt. But I knew I was making a video, so I didn't want to just put a shirt on and run around in a shirt with no pants on, because I don't like to wear pants if I'm hot. Like, whatever, I don't want pants. I don't want to wear pants. Maybe a little skirt, but I don't have any skirts, okay? And I guess I could put some panties on. I do have some panties. Alright, so I could wear some panties and just a shirt. And I don't feel like wearing a robe because then it gets tangled up. So, if I was in a different location, maybe I'd wear a robe. But anyway, I'm super excited about this. I've got to go back into meditation mode because I just did 50 minutes of like more high vibe. I want to get more of these songs in. I want to see like how that whole playlist, sample playlist could be. Like, I feel like I have a lot of work to do to build out this one character. It's kind of hitting me in my sacral chakra. Like, it was feeling all good, and now it's kind of feeling a little stressed because I just like put a lot of creative work. Like, I'm like, okay, now I got to grow the baby. The baby was just planted. I was all happy and excited, and now I've got to grow this baby. And it's like 16 babies. So thank you for listening, for being on this journey with me. And I hope that something I said inspired you. I hope that anytime I show up, that there's something that I say that inspires you to think bigger, to dream bigger, to know that you deserve love, pleasure, freedom. And don't ever let anybody tell you that you're too old for something, that you're not pretty enough or handsome enough, that you don't have the skills. You can learn all those skills. You just need to be confident in yourself, and you need to keep dreaming. And maybe you need ChatGPT to be your best friend and buddy. Anyway, thank you for watching.